I may be the shadiest moderator of QuizUp that exists out there. Most likely, the reason why QuizUp Vanilla, who I think is a Glue employee, responsible for communications with the community and moderators, decided to add me to the moderator team, was because of my help against insane spam that happened in late September and early October of 2018. Moderators were unable to fight the spam, because the spammer blocked all of them, and deleting spam of a user who you can't even see was a pain in the ass. Their tools were insufficient. However, I came up with a solution. I created an app that was automatically scanning the feeds with an alternate account, and then deleting the posts with the moderator account, and it worked great. This apparently got the word of me around the moderators, which likely led to me being promoted in December. However, the reason why I knew the API functions in the first place is because I was reading a lot of the code of QuizUp, and that goes against the terms of use of Glue. So I broke terms of use, while trying to make QuizUp better. I have to enforce those same terms of use when deleting posts. In other words, I had to break terms of use to find out how the game works, to help the state of QuizUp. Today's video will probably show the most malicious use of the API I very recently found. I found a way to play single-player games on QuizUp. There is a fine difference between the amounts of XP multiplayer and single-player games may award you. Multiplayer games, at most, even with 6 times the XP, would give you 1,800 XP. Single-player XP, however, increases non-stop. At the score of 1,000, under normal circumstances, single-player would award you 262,000 XP, with 2x. Side note, on one of the QuizUp feedback posts, QuizUp Vanilla commented that they fixed it. That's not true. At least now. I'm running the latest version of QuizUp, and well, they nerfed it, but it's still really bad. The 262,000 XP I mentioned previously would easily be doubled or much higher than usual if you used gems to revive yourself at least once. QuizUp no longer submits your XP when you decide to surrender. Yet it submits your XP when you lose any question, even if you use gems or watch an ad to keep going. This is like the opposite of what should have been done. That's a really lazy fix. End of a side note. Keeping in mind all of the XP that single player has the potential to bring, it's much easier to disrupt QuizUp leaderboards sufficiently knowing the API functions of single player, without even knowing how multiplayer works. By the way, I'm not joking, I still haven't found a way to replicate the functions of a client during a multiplayer game. Maybe this is because I don't care enough, or maybe because I'm lazy. Multiplayer of QuizUp uses a WebSocket connection, completely different from HTTP requests. I believe QuizUp uses the pusher library to handle games, which means in theory, if I correctly subscribed and suited a pusher client to play QuizUp, then maybe I could also create a multiplayer client. Okay, so what does all of this mean in the end? Me knowing API functions to play a single player game allows several possible and different outcomes. I could try to make QuizUp Gameplay Helper 2 allow you to play single player. In other words, QuizUp on PC is back. However, on the other side, for both multiplayer, I believe, and single player, the server gives you the question and tells you the correct answer as well, so it is client's responsibility to handle the correct questions and answers. Or it can pretend that you answer correctly, which leads me to the topic of this video. If you use the API in a malicious intent, you could very easily collect lots of XP. Not only that, but you can also cheat in the Blitz quiz. Here's how the API works when handling single-player games. At first, the client sends a post request to the QuizUp servers to request a new game. Then the server responds with the game ID, and it also provides the first pack of questions. A pack in single player is 4 normal topic questions and 3 wildcard questions. And by 3 wildcard question, I mean 1 wildcard question, but it already gives the 3 topics and their questions with correct answers. The game instantly sends you the topics of the wildcard and the questions. we have the ability to send an additional API request to shuffle your wildcards, and it will give you another wildcard pack. When the client completes the first question pack, it can just send an API request to tell the server that that pack has been completed. The server is like, okay, you completed it. The server doesn't even respond with anything. It just gives you the status code that it's all okay. You see, the server doesn't even ask you to prove that you answered the questions correctly. You can just keep saying that you complete packs. If you want to know what questions are in the next pack, you have to send a separate GET request. When you end the game, you would send another request to the server with the information which question you got wrong and the answer you've picked. The problem is that the request informs the server that you just got the question wrong, but didn't yet end the game. But the server already adds you XP. In fact, I believe that the server is at fault here, since the request to verify that you ended the game so that the server would award you XP fairly is missing. Another major loophole is that you can submit the exact same game however many times you want, at any question. The server doesn't even check if you previously submitted the game, it does it anyway. Well then, knowing all of that, here is what is possible. Here's me scoring 1,100 times in single player using an alternate account in a user created topic by that alternate account. Okay, probably this has been too much to bear. I scored 3 million XP in less than 2 minutes. I created an app that would create a game and score 1,100 times in single player. But maybe it's still in the scope of humanly possible. By the way, this user created topic is public and you can very easily look it up and find the score. But again, maybe it's still not enough. Well, here's me scoring 2000 in single player 200 times. Let's see where this gets me.
After they came and destroyed the land, there was one spark of hope left for all of mankind.
Valheim rises.
So now I have so much XP that a fair matchup just pales in comparison. What do we have to take away from this video? Well, that single player can be cheated. I don't know what else. I made this demonstration just to display huge numbers, to be honest. I don't really want to use this strategy anywhere. One final thought. The Golden Reaper account has 1x. Imagine how much XP I would have already scored if I had 2x. But for real, Glue, I have a request for you. Before I make a huge video critique for QuizUp, make player moderators CIPs of users, so that people are traceable. Device bans are useless, and are very inefficient at stopping annoying trolls. However, to fix this issue, also allow player moderators to track single-player games and user accounts. Player moderators cannot see single-player games on one's account game history. Why? This could very possibly be used as a decoy to prevent being spotted in multiplayer for multiple devices, and you cannot be spotted yet. Come on, give moderators more tools. Don't make me hack more into your code to help the moderator team. I only want good things for QuizUp. I've spent a lot of my really limited time for developing tools, which may not be excellent, may be a bit bugged, but their features speak for themselves. I believe you can do too, if you aren't motivated by money. Or, I don't know, hire me? That would be cool. I'm probably not certified though. Oh, and don't make me generate money for you. It's time to be honest with the QuizUp community. The time is short. Let's put QuizUp out of Evergreen into the growth category. I don't know. See you later. whoever you are.